Welcome to the Honest to Godcast, a podcast dedicated to learning the truth, and the truth shall set you free. I'm your host, Stephen B. Hello, welcome to another edition of the Honest to Godcast. I'm your host, Stephen B. And before we get started on today's topic, I want to give a shout out to Mike Guyver, who chimed in with some comments and suggestions for future broadcasts. His comments, you can find them in the pre-Adamites and the serpent seed video that we did last time. He suggested one of the topics would be a timeline about from when Lucifer fell from heaven and became Satan, and do a timeline about that. And I'm going to put that on the back burner because I already have this one for today already planned out. The topics we're going to talk about today, since we've been in the vein of parts, out of place artifacts, or what I call out of time artifacts, the fact that they found dinosaur footprints and human footprints in the same strata, that sort of thing. I got a couple of things that I was introduced to and started studying back in, I believe it was 1977. But one of them is the Zuiyo-Maru, and no, that's not a plot from Star Trek, although it sounds like it. It was an actual ship, and we're also going to talk about the Mokele-mbembe. But let's get back to the Zuiyo-Maru catch. Supposedly in April 1977, a Japanese fishing vessel, it was called the Zuiyo-Maru, it was traveling off the coast of New Zealand, and in a large carcass, about a 4,000-pound carcass, got caught in its net. It was pretty badly decayed. They put it on board. In addition to being decayed, I'm sure it had been gnawed on by the scavengers of the sea. But look at this picture. This is what they brought up in their net. There was a biologist on board that ship, and he drew a drawing of it, and this is what he drew. A lot of people say this was just a basking shark. The biologist disagreed. It had such an impact on the Chinese government, or excuse me, the Japanese government, that is, that they actually made a postage stamp commemorating it, because it was the, I guess you'd say, find of the century. And so what it looks like is a plesiosaur of some sort, which, as we know, is supposed to be extinct for millions of years. But just like the coelacanth fish that they caught off the coast of Madagascar, it's alive. And I just wanted to put this out there for you to do your own research on. It's a very interesting phenomenon, and what I try to do on these podcasts is I try to be brief. I know some people don't. They'll show a 3-minute news clip and then they'll do a 4.5-hour video on it. It's not necessary, because I want people to do their own research, and that way you're better informed. You can come to your own conclusions, and it's not like I'm up here lecturing. So moving on, this is going to be a fairly short video, but moving on, we're going to go to the Mokele-mbembe, and I think I'm pronouncing that right. This is a creature that has been seen since the 1700s. What caught my interest was a sighting in 1959, I believe, and it appears to be, actually the name Mokele-mbembe means one who stops the waters. That's a translation, or one who can stop the flow of rivers is another one. People have been reporting it since, like I said, the 1700s, and it appears to be a brontosaurus. And what's interesting about this is, there are different societies that are into investigating the unexplained, and cryptozoologists and everything that have followed up on this. And they've gone to the tribesmen, the primitive tribesmen that have talked about this and talked about the tradition, and they've shown them pictures of animals, modern day animals and all of those. And so when they showed them the picture of an alligator or crocodile, they gave the name, this is a crocodile. And when they showed them elephant, yeah, this is an elephant. And when they showed them the Mokele-mbembe, Mokele-mbembe. And so to me, I find that fascinating. These are two subjects, and the reason I combined them is because it kind of goes in the flow of what we've been talking about with the OOP parts and those things. There's been reports, many of them from 1980 to the year 2000. And anyway, this is in the Congo is where they're mostly seen. It's some kind of a huge aquatic animal. The size varies, I guess, from the reports that you get. Some say it's as big as an elephant. Some say bigger. Some say about the size of a hippopotamus or a rhino. But it definitely has the appearance of being like a brontosaurus. And so anyway, that's what I wanted to throw out there today. And once again, shout out to Mike Guyvers. We appreciate you chiming in. If there's any other subjects that you folks would like to see on the Honest to Godcast, let us know in the comments. And anyway, I'm your host, Stephen B., and I do thank you for your time.